Today we're going to be doing a full run through on the brand new video magnifier, the MirrorPad Plus. MirrorPad Plus has a 17.3 inch Ultra HD matte touchscreen. You have a 48 megapixel desk camera. You have a 48 megapixel 3-in-1 camera for distance, self, and close. You have a user replaceable, user rechargeable battery, so you don't have to replace the entire unit just because the battery goes, or maybe you want an extra battery for longer life. You have a lightweight design, not attached to a cord or anything. You can just pick it up and put it where you want it to go. You have so many different features on this, including you want to see something in portrait view. Just turn the screen and you get portrait view, which is particularly useful if, say, you wanted to hook up your smartphone and view it on there. You just plug that in there through the USB-C and your smartphone will show up on this. You can magnify it, change the contrast, do everything you want to do. And if you have an Android smartphone, you can get a free app and even control it from this touchscreen. Just turn it and press buttons and off you go. You're controlling your phone from this giant phone screen. Talk about actually being able to see your phone. And you want to see your printed materials, you have the 48 megapixel cameras, you have all kinds of things on this MirrorPad Plus. Let me show you more. Got a full tutorial on the MirrorPad Plus video magnifier coming up.
Welcome to Irie-AT, Braille and Innovation.
Okay, so the first thing we should do is just kind of check out the physical features of the unit here, the MirrorPad Plus. So to turn the screen, all you do is just turn it to the right, goes to a portrait view, or turn it to the left. Now don't turn it the other way, it won't go, you'll just break it. But it goes very easily this way. If you need a stabilizer for it, you feel like it's too tippy, there is one that comes included with it. We've got another video, we'll show you how to use that. If I pointed at something, the video's there. If not, then it'll be there soon. So you can just change the screen around how you want. It's very lightweight. It's only about 8 pounds to move this around. There's kind of a little grip handle on the back of it, which is handy. You also have a user rechargeable, user replaceable battery. I can just remove the battery door, push that up, and take that off. The battery comes out. And you can get a separate battery dock if you want to. You can keep one charging, get an extra battery, and then you're just always up and running. Or you can just charge it in the unit. It'll charge once you plug it in. You've got an SD card slot here in the bottom that you can plug in if you want to export or import documents. You have on the flip side of the screen, you have a up and down volume button that'll control the volume for the spoken menus if you want to use the spoken menus. And then of course we have an on button on the shaft that holds the screen and various other buttons I'll show you how to use once we get there. You also have a 3-in-1 camera. This will twist and turn all around, and you can view it yourself for grooming and things. You view it at a distance if you want to see something at a distance. Also could be useful even for just playing cards if you want to see the cards in front of you on the table and see those privately and see what they are, obviously. Twist all around. You also even have a flip view. I'll show you how you can view the desk. So a lot of neat features about this guy, not to mention just the screen that moves. Also will tilt on the screen, so you can move it all around and get it very comfortable for your use. So to get started using the MirrorPad Plus, first you want to plug it in. Make sure that battery is fully charged. I'm going to just plug into the left side of the shaft that holds the monitor. And the green light will light up and you'll know that it's charging. That'll go out once it's done charging. So I've got that battery pretty much charged, so we'll just get rid of that. So then to get started using the MirrorPad Plus, I'm going to just hold down that power button and it'll light up green after a couple of seconds, and then I'll see the SiteCare Irie-AT splash screen come up. And I'm ready to go. Let's get some reading materials and start reading. So I've got some reading material under there. Now if I want to change the zoom on this, I've got a couple different ways I can do that. First, there is a zoom wheel. I can just turn that to the right and it will zoom in, back, and it will zoom out to the left. And you hear there's a little beep once it hits the end position. There we go. Now I can also zoom on the screen. Just pinch and zoom, just like I would do With my iPhone or anything else nowadays, a touchscreen, just pinch and zoom to move around. If I want to change the contrast, just turn a little knob. That will change to all the different contrast options. You can set more or less. So then, one handy feature when you're zoomed in, well, maybe I want to find a different place in the reading material. So what I can do is I can just tap that zoom button or the zoom wheel, and that'll bring me out, and then, okay, I want to read kind of the top of the story up here. Let's start there. I'll just tap it again, and then I'm zoomed in right to that spot. Makes it really easy to read. And you might notice I'm panning across the screen using my finger. There's two ways to do panning. You can just move your finger along the screen. You can also use the joystick. That'll move to the left, to the right, up and down, all around. You can even quick press it twice and it will move you to the side of the material or the other side or the top, all around. I'll zoom back out. That's so handy when you hit, let's do the locate thing, make sure I know where I am, and then locate. So you've got your on-screen panning, you've got your panning with the joystick, and you can change those speeds if the joystick's moving too fast for you. If you like to use that, you can change those speeds and make it slower or faster, however you'd like. So if the reading angle isn't correct, you have the tilt, obviously, or maybe I'm reading this column and I'll just change it to portrait. That makes it real handy to view a column. That'll take a second, come back. And now look at this, so if I was zoomed back out, then I'd have this kind of landscape thing across here. I can fill this space super easy. I just hold down that zoom wheel, boom, and then I'm in there, and I can see that whole column, and it's really easy to just read through. Let me change the contrast so I can actually see it. And then you just got a whole column, and you're not moving the reading material and stuff all the time. It can adapt to however your reading is, the reading perspective that you have. So if you'd like to have reading lines, what you can do is hold down the enter camera change button, hold that down, and click on the joystick.
Line mask on.
It gives me a line mask. If I click it again, I get a vertical or a horizontal, or it turns off.
Line mask on.
You hear it says line mask on.
Line mask off.
And line mask off.
Line mask on.
Now, if I want to change the shape or position of that, I can move the joystick to the right or the left to change the thickness on the horizontal line, or up or down to change the location of it. Vertical line, same thing, only it's the opposite. The up and down will change the thickness of it, and right or left will change the location of it. And I'll just press it again and turn it off.
Line mask off.
If you'd like to use MirrorPad Plus to see at a distance, you can do that with the 3-in-1 camera. 3-in-1 camera will also allow you to do a self view and do a desk view. Let's start with those, and then I'll go put something up on the wall we can check out. So to use this camera, I'm going to hit the camera change button, the far right button.
Distance view.
It says distance view because I've got it set on distance, and I don't have anything at the distance in the meantime.
Overview.
Let me change the contrast to color. There we go, and zoom out. Ooh, man. Okay, so you can get a really nice self view, use that for grooming. You also have a flip view. So say you wanted, I said flip view. Say you want more space for writing or something like that, crafts or whatever. You have a flip view on this, so it's kind of an extra bonus view, or you have a desk camera and now you have kind of an extendable desk camera. So you've got distance, close, and self on it.
Mirror distance view.
And let's go put something in the distance and check it out. Okay, so now I've got something in the distance. I can just zoom in. I can also move this camera all around. I can check out all kinds of things, but I'm trying to read that thing up on the wall right now. So let me zoom in on that. You can see it really well. We can change the contrast, and can also do pinch and zoom and all that kind of stuff if you want to do that. It allows us to really get a nice distance camera, just right in this. And then like I mentioned earlier, you might not even be looking at a distance necessarily. This will look at the desk too. So if I had, you know, like, I don't know, cards on the table, I was playing cards, then I'd have the ability to just point this down and play the game. But really nice distance view on the MirrorPad Plus. If you would like to save a document, that can be really easy. First of all, you can just freeze it if you wanted to. Say, okay, I'm looking out at the wall here and I want to see where I am in the presentation, and maybe they're going to change the screen or something. So I'm just going to tap on a button that's on the the contrast wheel, and now my image is frozen. It's going to stay on there no matter, and I can change the contrast on it, I can change the magnification, but that's going to be frozen right there. But let's say that I want to keep that image, so I'm going to press that again, get back to live image. I'm going to hold down that button.
Image saved.
It says image saved. So now I've got my image in there, and I can, if I'd like to, I'll show you later on how to get to the images in the main menu and find all that stuff. All right, so now my image is saved, and I can get to that through the menus, and I'll show you how to do that in a little while. And then to get back out of here, I'll just press that button again.
Live image.
And I'm back to my live image. So you have a few different buttons on here. I've showed you the contrast knob, I've showed you the zoom wheel and all the different functions there, how the joystick can move you around for panning and help select and move things and reading lines. Now you also have a home button. There's an icon of a house on it. I can lightly press that or just touch it once. That's going to give me the battery life, a brightness option. I can turn on and off the lights, change the contrast, change the color balance, and change basic things in there. So I can also long press the home button, and that'll bring me to the main menu. Let me do that. Okay, so now I have an option for magnifier, for my live view, and I can tap on the screen or I can use the joystick to go through here. I'll use the joystick.
Mirroring.
I have mirroring, which I'll show you in a minute.
Open.
And that is how we get to documents and open them or export them, however we want to manipulate them.
Settings.
And then we have settings. So let's start from the end. We'll start with settings. I'll hit the camera change, also enter button.
Option page.
That brings me into there. And so then first option is color mode combinations. Let me go into that.
Customize color combination.
This is really cool because there's not a zillion, but there's a number of different color combinations that you can use. And if I want to use, say, the black on yellow, I just tap on it, the cross mark goes out of it, and then I know that I have that color as an option. But if I don't want it, I tap on it, there's a cross through it, and then I don't have it anymore. It's real handy way to turn on and off the colors, and then you can cycle through them, but you don't have to go through a whole bunch of them. Let me turn that one back on. I like that one. Okay, get back out. We can press the home button or we can press the back button on the screen.
Finish.
And then we have an option for power saving mode on here. I'm back in the main menu screen, or sorry, the main settings screen. I have a speech guide. If you like her talking to you all the time, you can have that happen or not. You can change the language.
Language settings.
A bunch of different language options so that she speaks your language, which can be useful.
Cancel.
Then your voice gender, you can choose a male or a female. I believe those are the only options at this point. We have a factory, there's a picture of a factory on here, and that allows us to do a system reset. Let's say you did a bunch of stuff and you don't want to keep it, you can just reset that. And also change the power frequency if you're in an area that isn't 60 hertz like the US. A lot of the world is 50, you'd want to change it to that. You get back out of there. So I'm going to use the home, the home button. And that'll bring me back. So now I'm back in the main menu, and let's select open.
Open.
And inside here, this is where we're going to retrieve our documents. So I have an option to use the internal memory, or if I had an SD card in there, I could use the SD card. I then have pictures and documents. Basically all I have in here are pictures, so let's go to that one.
Picture.
Okay, so now to move through here, I can just press on them, or I can move through with the joystick. And once I found the one that I like, I'll just press the enter button, or I can just press on it on the screen. And I'm back to that. Now, this opens up an option. You press the home screen, a light press. Once you're in an image, you can move through your different images. You can zoom to the end, zoom back. You can also rotate your image.
90-degree rotation, 180-degree rotation, 270-degree rotation. No rotation.
And no rotation. So, and also like the regular home screen, I can change brightness, check battery life, and also change contrast in here. Just have to light press the home button and you're in there.
Exit.
So we'll get back out of here. So let's say like this one doesn't appear to be anything. I want to erase an image. Then I just select it and I can select the garbage can.
Image delete check.
Or the rubbish bin, wherever you are. I get a red garbage can where my image is.
Deleted.
So I hit the garbage can, regular garbage can again, and it's gone. Okay, to get back out, hit the back button or hit the home button. So, and that gets me back to my main menu. And now I have an option for mirroring, which we haven't looked at yet. Why don't we select that?
Mirroring.
Okay, now we're at the time we've been looking forward to. We get to use our smartphone. If you're like me, you have a phone and you can't see it. So this thing really helps out. Now with my iPhone, I can do a lot of these same things. I just plug in the USB-C to my phone, and I plug the USB-C into the device just above the power port, and then my phone shows up. I can blow it up, I can change the contrast, I can do all kinds of stuff. But with an Android phone, you can even go a step further. Now let me show you, I have an Android phone now. I added the free MirrorPad app, and go to the video we've got up in the right-hand corner here. That'll show you how to install MirrorPad and everything to use a MirrorPad app. Real easy, free app. So now I've got that on here. I've got my phone on the screen, and I'm gonna turn to portrait, so then I really have the phone on the screen. Now I've got this giant phone screen in front of me. And with an Android phone and the MirrorPad app, I can even control the thing. So look at me now, I'm controlling my Android phone just pressing on the MirrorPad screen. I've got apparently not enough storage in the photos. My son has been going a little wild. All right, so this is our dog, and I can just pinch and zoom, look at these nice pictures of Bella, the beautiful Bella. And you know, probably most people look at grandkids or whatever, but if you're like me, probably looking at dogs. Don't know. But other things I want to do on the phone, really easy. I go to the Play Store, and there's the Play Store right in front of me. And I don't even have to wear my glasses for this bit. I can, and if you need a little bit more zoom in, you can do that. Just zoom in, pan and zoom, move around. I can even change contrast if I want to see it more clearly, depending on what you're reading. And just use your phone. It's just this big phone here. It's just really, really cool. All right, so then if you want to watch videos even on this, you can just watch videos. I have it hooked up to YouTube here.
MirrorPad Pro anywhere you go with the same comfortable ergonomics of a desktop magnifier.
Very cool.
Without the bulk and wire.
So even the sound comes through the MirrorPad. It's very cool, versatile use to view pretty much every part of your smartphone using the MirrorPad Plus. So when you're all done using your MirrorPad Plus, all you have to do is, well, first I would disconnect my smartphone probably, and you can long press the power button, and it'll give you a little smiley face and go away. And it comes with a convenient little dust cover. Put that on. This is the kind of thing, we'll have a case for it at some point, but really you just kind of want to put it out of the way. So you just put the dust cover on it. Doesn't need a cord because it's got battery. Go put it away somewhere. Put it in the closet, whatever. If you'd like more information about the MirrorPad Plus or to find a distributor in your area, reach out to us at Irie-AT.com. Make sure to subscribe to the Irie-AT YouTube channel for more great videos on the latest in Braille and low vision products.